I have not seen the original Roadhouse movie, so I just want to come off clean right off the bat. I have not seen the OG Patrick Swayze Roadhouse. The only reason why I watched this movie is because Conor McGregor is in this movie, and if you guys don't know, I am a Conor dick rider, okay? I'm a fighter myself. I'm not a UFC caliber athlete by any means, but I have been in 7 Muay Thai fights. I've been in the ring. I've been in grappling tournaments. I've done my fair share of fighting. So as a fan of Conor McGregor, I was very excited to see him in a movie transitioning to acting. I just love watching his journey play out because it's like he was the first UFC fighter to become the highest paid athlete. He's now like the highest acting debut paid actor. So yeah, if it wasn't for Conor McGregor, I probably would not have seen, well, I do like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a fantastic, I love him in Nightcrawler, is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I probably still would have seen it for Jake Gyllenhaal. But the fact that Conor McGregor was in this movie was the reason why I wanted to see it so bad. And you know what? I enjoyed the movie for what it is. I think it was very self-aware, and I liked it for what it was. I'm not expecting a great movie, an Oscar-winning movie, Oscar-winning performances. I wanted a fight movie. I wanted to see Conor McGregor and I wanted to see Jake Gyllenhaal whoop some ass and their shredded bodies on screen, and that's exactly what we got. So let's skip the main dish and let's go straight to dessert, bro. Let's talk about what we want to talk about, which is the fight scenes, bro. This is why I was here for this movie. And I must say, I really enjoyed the fight scenes in this movie, especially the first scene that Conor McGregor meets Jake Gyllenhaal. That fight scene was amazing. They fight again later in the movie, but I just don't think the last fight was as good as this fight, bro. The bar fight scene was... This is what made the movie, in my opinion. Because in all honesty, I'm not a huge fan of fight movies. The only ones I really like are the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport, and Bruce Lee's, what's it called, Enter the Dragon. Those were part of my childhood. But other than that, as a fighter myself, it's very cheesy to see fight scenes in movies, and that's what I appreciated about this movie so much. If you watch their interviews, they talk about this new method of filming fighting that they use in the movie, where like they take 4 different shots. Like one is him fake punching Jake Gyllenhaal, the second shot is him punching a pad at full force, and then the third shot is like slow motion, and then they like combine all of it to make this shot in the movie. Bro, I don't know what it is, but it worked, bro. This movie, first of all, the techniques in this fight scene much more advanced than most fight movies you see. I mean, they were throwing knees, using takedowns, jujitsu. They were in the clinch a lot. Like literally they put a lot of effort into the clinch, which I thought was pretty cool because you don't see that a lot in fight movies because the clinch is not very, I don't know, movie friendly, if you will. So I appreciated that they incorporated like all aspects of MMA, made it a slightly more realistic in that sense. But on top of all of that, what I really enjoyed is every now and then you'll get like a punch and then it would switch over to a POV scene where you're like face to face with Conor and he's throwing punches. That was awesome. It totally immersed me into the experience. I love that bar fight scene. I mean, the setting, the lighting, everything about it, bro. I thought that made the movie, in my opinion. But since I'm on the topic of Conor McGregor, let me talk about some of the cons of the movie, which is his character is so poorly written. I mean, dear Lord, it is terrible. You could tell that originally he was supposed to be a cameo in the movie, not have a lot of scenes, and then they wanted to incorporate him a little bit more, so they added extra stuff after the script was written. 100% that's what happened, because you could tell that his character was not well written, bro. He comes out of nowhere. You're just like, they don't develop his character at all. Like, technically Conor McGregor is not the real antagonist of the movie. The real antagonist of the movie is this, like, I don't know if he's a drug dealer or just this like very powerful individual that lives in the Keys. And then Conor McGregor's character works for his father, but we never see the father. We don't know who the father is. We don't have no reason to believe why he's so dangerous or powerful or fearful. And then Conor McGregor shows up out of nowhere like, yeah, your father sent me. And then you're just like, I don't know who this guy is. And then even the guy himself in the movie is like, why would my father send you? He's rotting in jail. Like, it just makes no sense. You're just like, what is happening right now? And you're just like, oh, I see what's happening. They wanted to add Conor McGregor more, so they just added on to the plot and just included him into, like, you could tell there was a narrative, and then they just kind of like forced him into the story. That's exactly what happened. But am I gonna let that slide? Absolutely, because he's Conor McGregor. I love to see his flamboyant energy in the movie. His introduction in the movie is unique. I'm not sure how I feel about it. He's naked. He's walking down like butt ass naked. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I wonder if the internet is going to take this the way they took John Cena's speech at the Oscars, where they're like, this must be his embarrassment speech that he must do for his higher ups that give him all his opportunities. I wonder if the internet's going to take that same direction here. If they're going to be like, yo, Conor McGregor trying to get into the Hollywood gang, he has to to do his embarrassment video? Was this that? Or is it just part of the script? I don't know. I'll let y'all decide in the comments. But as a fan of Conor McGregor myself, I think he did good in the movie. I enjoyed his performance because when I initially saw the trailer of this movie, I was like, I think he's playing his role a bit too much. I think he's overdoing it. But then when I watched the movie, I'm like, this fits in perfectly with the tone of the film. I enjoyed it. I hope he does more movies. I hope this is the beginning of his acting career because I love to see, because at first it was, you know, the bodybuilders like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then it was the wrestlers like The Rock, Dave Bautista now. So hopefully we'll see, you know, this new age of maybe a UFC fighter or athletes coming in to be actors. I think Conor McGregor could be that guy. Time will tell. But let's talk about Jake Gyllenhaal. He does great in the movie. He's a great actor. He's good looking. He's shredded to the bone in this film. So you can definitely buy him being this badass because you're just like, oh my God, what steroids does he take? I mean, Jesus Christ, look at this. So props to Jake Gyllenhaal because he does great in the role. He does great in the movie, like always. When have you seen a Jake Gyllenhaal movie and been like, man, it was terrible? Never. So all props to him. The only thing I can say about this movie is the story is a little bit weak. Like, I think they had a good aspect with the UFC. Once again, I have not seen the original, so I don't know how it differentiates from it. But I thought the story had opportunity with the UFC, you know, aspect. Jake Gyllenhaal is an ex-UFC fighter. He fought, I think, one of his best friends, ended up killing him. I think they could have got a little deeper into that storyline, explore those ideas, because that's interesting, you know, seeing someone deal with, you know, hurting someone that they loved or was a friend of his and dealing with that trauma. That was interesting. I think they should have explored that a little bit more in the movie, but they kind of just glaze over it and it's just in the background. So I think they missed a little bit there. But other than that, it's your pretty much generic story. There's nothing special about it, but it works for this kind of film because, like I said, we're not looking for an Oscar-winning. You know what? I'm going to describe it like this. This movie is a movie you crack a beer with your friend and you just want to watch some fun fights, pretty girls, nice scenery in the Keys. That's what this movie provides, and it delivers. Because if you're looking for like an intense drama with like intense action scenes that are realistic and the bad guy, the villain is amazing, like Scarface or those type of movies, this is not the movie. Oh my God, the villain is terrible, bro. Terrible villain. 1, he's not charismatic. 2, he's not intimidating. 3, he's very poorly written. 4, he's just there when it's convenient for the plot. He really isn't fleshed out or like really written so that we like respect him. You understand what I'm saying? So the villain is terrible. You're really coming to watch the movie for Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor having cool fight scenes and looking at the Florida Keys. That's literally it. This girl's pretty, but that's pretty much about it, if I'm being honest. So that's my review of the new Roadhouse movie. Let me know in the comments if I should watch the original Roadhouse and if that would make my opinion different about this movie. But as of now, I think this movie was enjoyable. Is it a movie I'm going to rewatch? Probably not that often, but I could see myself getting drunk and rewatching this movie. Is it a great movie? Absolutely not. There's good fight scenes. There's some funny lines. You're really going to see Jake Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor, cool fight scenes, nice imagery in the Keys. And that's pretty much about it. There's nothing that special about the movie, but I do like it. I enjoyed my time, and I want to see Conor McGregor again. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about Conor McGregor's performance? Am I just riding his dick too hard? Am I just a fanboy? Let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed Roadhouse. Subscribe for more. We got a ton of movies coming out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.